Welcome back everyone to the Grizzly Reviews channel. My name is Garrett and I'm finally getting to make a video that I've been wanting to make for such a long time. I'm a Blu-ray collector. I love collecting Blu-rays. It's just so awesome to have movies in my own home rather than rely on streaming services for them. The picture quality is always better. The sound quality is always better. So I am like addicted to buying Blu-rays. However, I haven't bought a single 2023 movie release at all this year. I think I've bought 3 releases this year so far, 2 TV show seasons, and then I bought the 4K Cloverfield. But now I'm in a comfortable place in my collection to where I think I can make a video showing all the movies that I have. I wanted to do this a while ago, but I didn't feel comfortable with it when I first moved into my apartment. This is where my movies were at, and then this is where my movies were at a couple of years before that. So it just hasn't been worth it to make a video, but now I think the collection is big enough. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with my nerdiest things, my Marvel stuff. I have the MCU all separately put together, and we're gonna start there. At this moment, filming wise, I don't know how many movies I have, so if you wanna play a little guessing game and guess in the comments down below how many movies I've got, because they're not all pictured right here, let's try it out. Let's do it. Starting with the MCU in release order, I have Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America the First Avenger, The Avengers, Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, the worst of them all, Captain America the Winter Soldier, possibly the best of them all, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Captain America Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, and Avengers Endgame. And that's just phases 1 through 3. Phase 4 is stacked in its own little section just because the way I don't have enough to fill out a shelf. So we have what I consider to be the first movie of phase 4, but really it's the end of phase 3, Spider-Man Far From Home. But then the real start of phase 4 with the movies Black Widow, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Thor Love and Thunder, and Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Next, we're gonna move to the rest of my Marvel movies. So we've got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the Sam Raimi trilogy of Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, The Amazing Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, the Ghost Rider collection that has Ghost Rider and Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, Venom, Howard the Duck, and the Blade trilogy. So you got Blade, Blade 2, and Blade Trinity. Then we have all the X-Men movies. So X-Men, X2, X-Men United, X-Men 3, The Last Stand, X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past, X-Men Days of Future Past, The Rogue Cut. I forgot I bought it and then I bought it another time. The Wolverine, X-Men Apocalypse, Logan, and one of the best, I love the box set it's in, it's just so good. X-Men Dark Phoenix, The New Mutants, Deadpool, and Deadpool 2. Next, we have my DC movies. So I have the Dark Knight trilogy. So that's Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. I have The Batman. Batman, a 4-movie collection that has Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. Take a shot. How many times you just said Batman? You're gonna be wasted. I have Joker, Batman The Long Halloween Part 1, and Batman The Long Halloween Part 2. Wonder Woman, Shazam, James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, and Aquaman. Moving along, we have my animation section. This includes Pixar, Disney, DreamWorks, Laika. I think those are the only 4 studios of movies I have right now. But we're gonna begin with Pixar. So I have Toy Stories 1 through 4 in the box set. I have A Bug's Life, Monsters, Inc., Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, Cars 1 through 3, Ratatouille, The Incredibles, WALL-E, Up, Brave, Inside Out, Coco, The Good Dinosaur, Monsters University, Incredibles 2, Onward, Soul, Luca, Turning Red, and Lightyear. I can't wait for Elemental to come out on Blu-ray. That's gonna be a day 1 purchase. And then the rest of my animation, I have Dumbo, Lilo and Stitch, and Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch Has a Glitch, Brother Bear and Brother Bear 2, Wreck-It Ralph, Zootopia, How to Train Your Dragon, all 3 movies of that. So that's How to Train Your Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon 2, and How to Train Your Dragon Hidden World. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, Coraline, and Kubo and the Two Strings. All right, moving along to horror. I have so many horror movies because I love the genre so much. I have the Friday the 13th, the complete collection from Scream Shoutfactory. It's amazing. In this, you get Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Part 2, Friday the 13th Part 3 3D, Friday the 13th The Final Chapter, Friday the 13th Part 5 A New Beginning, Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason Lives, my favorite of them all, Friday the 13th Part 7 The New Blood, Friday the 13th Part 8 Jason Takes Manhattan, maybe the worst of them, I don't know. Not Friday the 13th, it's Jason Goes to Hell the Final Friday. Then you have Jason X, then Freddy vs. Jason, and finally the remake, Friday the 13th. After that, I have Scream 1 through 3 in a little collection, Scream 4, Scream, or Scream 5, whichever you want to go with it. I have the Insidious movies, so Insidious Chapter 2, Insidious Chapter 3, Insidious The Last Key. Then I have the entire Halloween franchise with the first 5 of them on the 4K special edition from Shoutfactory. So that's Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Then in a triple feature case, I have Halloween H2O, Halloween The Curse of Michael Myers, and Halloween Resurrection. That's in the wrong order, I said it, but that's what it's gonna be. Then I have the Rob Zombie Halloween movies, which I haven't watched yet. I don't really know if I like Rob Zombie as a director, so I just haven't seen them. Then we have the David Gordon Green trilogy. So we have Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. Next up in horror are the franchises or directors that have multiple movies, but they aren't technically a franchise, or it's a production company. I put those all in the same row, so we're gonna get to those movies next. So I have the Aliens franchise collection that has Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Prometheus, and Alien Covenant. I have the Alien vs. Predator, both movies. So that's Alien vs. Predator. So that's Aliens. So that's Alien. So that's Alien vs. Predator, and then Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. Then we have the Predator franchise collection, which has Predator, Predator 2, Predators, and The Predator. Then we move on to the Paranormal Activity collection that has Paranormal Activity, Paranormal Activity 2, Paranormal Activity 3, Paranormal Activity 4, Paranormal Activity The Marked Ones, and Paranormal Activity The Ghost Dimension. Next, Ghostbusters 1 and 2. This is the Cloverfield 4K Steelbook. But I also have 10 Cloverfield Lane. The Mummy trilogy, so The Mummy Returns, and then The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. The Shining, Doctor Sleep, Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, It Chapter 2. This is the Leprechaun franchise collections. You have Leprechaun, Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun 3, Leprechaun 4 in Space, Leprechaun in the Hood, Leprechaun Back to the Hood, and Leprechaun Origins, but sold separately as Leprechaun Returns. Then we have A Quiet Place 2, X, Pearl, The Witch, The Lighthouse, Hereditary, Midsommar, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Then A Nightmare on Elm Street collection. This is the Canadian version. I bought the wrong one. So it has all of them, 2 movies in a single case itself. So this has A Nightmare on Elm Street, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Sold separately, I have A Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake, and then we have all original 7 Chucky movies and this fantastic Chucky case. So you've got Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, and Cult of Chucky. Moving along to the rest of my horror collection. These may not all technically be horror, but they're either horror adjacent enough or have a director that previously made horror films, so I added them along with it. So you'll just have to bear with me. We have Trick or Treat, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Poltergeist, Crawl, Ready or Not, Jaws, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Get Out, Us, Nope, my favorite movie from 2022. Carrie, the original. Yeah, the original. The original Carrie. Krampus. The Relic. The Menu. The Night House. The Invisible Man. The 2020 remake, 2019. I think it was 2019. It's one of those years. Little Shop of Horrors, Psycho, the 60th Anniversary Edition, the original Candyman, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, Color Out of Space, You're Next, John Carpenter's The Thing, The Blair Witch Project, Jacob's Wife, Spree, which I got for $1.25 at Dollar Tree, amazing. Malignant, Brightburn, the documentary Horror Noir, A History of Black Horror, and then a duplicate of A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. Next we have my franchise collection. This is any franchise that has either 2 or more movies in it that fits on this shelf. Other ones have been moved lower down, Otherwise, it would stay on the shelf, but I just don't have room anymore. Starting with Avatar. Technically, it's now a franchise, but this is also such a bulky case. It just looks better with the franchise ones. This has the theatrical and director's cut of them, so I'm gonna keep this one. They did re-release a 4K of it that I kind of want to get, but I haven't really decided if I want to or not. So that's that. We have all 8 Harry Potter films in the collection. I'm really glad I bought this before everything went to poo-poo. Otherwise, I would be giving J.K. Rowling my money, and we don't want to do that right now. Next is the James Bond collection. This has every James Bond movie until No Time to Die. I don't feel like rattling them all off, but a lot of movies are in this in 3 separate cases that have all of them in there. Amazing. What a deal. What a find. Love it. As it's the first James Bond movie I got to see in theaters, No Time to Die, which was my favorite movie of 2021. Then I have Indiana Jones, all 4 movies on Blu-ray. Also the Canadian version. That's why you have the ages on there. But I like it because it just gives me VHS vibes with the way the case and slipcover is, so that's fun. Then we have the Mission Impossible 6 movie collection. This has from the first Mission Impossible to Fallout. Also kind of in like a VHS slipcover situation, or just a regular slipcover, I guess. But it just makes me think of a VHS. I don't know why, but that's just what it does. Then we've got Jurassic Park, or The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and Jurassic World Dominion. Fast and the Furious 8 movie collection. I've had this for almost 2 years, and I haven't watched a single movie out of it yet. The Fast and Furious movies don't excite me at all. I just haven't watched them. Don't get at me. The Lord of the Rings theatrical trilogy. The theatrical version is what won the Oscar. That's what I'm gonna watch instead. I don't really wanna watch a 4-hour long movie. The Hobbit trilogy, it's okay. Oceans, all 4 movies. That's the high, so you have Oceans 8, Oceans 11, Oceans 12, and Oceans 13. John Wick, the first 3 movies. The Godfather trilogy in the Coppola restoration packaging. I've only watched the first one. Haven't gotten to the rest yet. Kill Bill, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Then we've got Godzilla, Kong Skull Island, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and Godzilla vs. Kong. I consider these a franchise, these 4. I like to call them the Monarch franchise. I don't think that's what they're called, but that's what I like to call them. Technically, they're separate movies. I don't know. I guess they're all, it's a franchise. It's a franchise. Everything's a franchise. We've reached the last couple shelves of my movies. The rest are all going to be in alphabetical order. So we've got 1917, Argo, The Big Short, Birdman, Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049, Bohemian Rhapsody, Bros, Bullet Train, Chicago, the diamond edition of it, Clue, Crazy Rich Asians, The Crow, Dances with Wolves, the 20th anniversary. This is the extended version. I don't know why it didn't come with the theatrical, which is super weird. The Devil Wears Prada, Die Hard, the 30th anniversary, and this amazing case that looks like an ugly sweater. That's why I love it so much. Dune, technically part 1. Dunkirk, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fault in Our Stars, The Favorite, Ford versus Ferrari, The French Dispatch, The Gentleman, Girls Trip, Glass, Gone with the Wind, Goodfellas, Gravity, The Green Book, The Green Knight, Gremlins and Gremlins 2, The New Batch, and Hacksaw Ridge. Hocus Pocus, The Hunger Games, Inception, Interstellar, Jojo Rabbit, Joy, Jungle Cruise, King Kong, the Ultimate Edition, the original King Kong. I think it's the original. No, it's not gonna be the original, but like the one that has Jack Black in it, I think. Jeff Bridges, sorry. And King Kong vs. Godzilla, The King's Speech, Knives Out, The Last Duel, Last Night in Soho, Little Women, Mad Max Fury Road, Memento, Minari, Moonlight, The Muppet Christmas Carol, and The Northman, Paper Towns, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Parasite, The Prestige, Promising Young Woman, a movie I really need to rewatch again. I'm in the mood for it. Seven, Sicario, The Sound of Music, Speed, Split, A Star is Born, and Super 8. Alright, I had to take a break because I ran out of storage on my phone. But we're not too far away from the end, so that's good. So, to conclude my Blu-ray movies, we have Tenet, Titanic, Transformers, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Transformers Dark of the Moon, Transformers Age of Extinction, and Transformers The Last Night. Then we've got Unbreakable, West Side Story, the original one, and The Wolf of Wall Street. Now, this isn't the end of my Blu-rays because I do have a couple more miscellaneous ones. I've got Cloverfield, a duplicate. This was the original one that I bought before college, and then I upgraded this year with the 4K Steelbook, but I'm still gonna keep that Blu-ray case because I love it so much. I have my junior year production of Legally Blonde. Then we've got the World Series games that the Cubs won or lost to eventually win the World Series in 2016. We've got the documentary Blu-ray of them winning the World Series. And then I've got the documentary Blu-ray of the 2015 Stanley Cup win for the Chicago Blackhawks. Last but not least on Blu-ray, I have this Dark Crystal and Labyrinth set. It just comes in this giant VHS case, so it doesn't really fit with all the other ones. I think this one's from Australia, just because of like all the stuff on the case. I'm not really sure what country that's from. America doesn't do it, and then Canada uses numbers for ages and stuff, so who knows. But I didn't want to forget that one. And if you would believe it, I have some DVDs too. I don't normally like DVDs. I think their cases are just a bit too flimsy and too big. And then Blu-rays are just like Blu-rays, you know? They're blue. I like a case that's blue better, you know? It's more interesting. So I have a couple. Firstly, we have my marching band sophomore year show. I bought the DVD for that. I've got Pacific Rim, The Lighthouse on DVD. This is the original way I bought it because I didn't have a Blu-ray player yet. And then I later upgraded on it. The Conjuring, Fences, and Dirty 30. And then I also have some TV shows on DVD. I've got Avatar, The Last Airbender, each 3 seasons of that show on DVD. Someday I hope to upgrade it to Blu-ray, but right now the DVD is fine. I have it, I don't need any more. I don't really need it to upgrade, but I would like to. Then I've got The Legend of Korra, all 4 seasons of that on DVD. We're not done yet though, because I have all my TV shows on Blu-ray still, so let's get to counting those. Starting with my horror TV shows, I have Chucky Season 1, Chucky Season 2, Season 1 of The Walking Dead Season 2, The Walking Dead Season 3, The Walking Dead Season 4, The Walking Dead Season 5, The Walking Dead Season 6, The Walking Dead Season 7, The Walking Dead Season 8, The Walking Dead Season 9, The Walking Dead Season 10 and The Walking Dead Season 11. Now, I bought the first 10 of those on eBay for about $80, tax included and shipping. All 10 seasons with slipcovers. How insane is that? And then I bought Season 11 a couple weeks later when I could afford it, just so I had the complete collection. But oh my goodness, that's incredible. I'm going through the show again. I'm on Season 6 right now. The episode I'm on is where Rick is back in Alexandria and they're dealing with the fallout of their mission to move this giant horde of walkers, kind of halfway going wrong, and everyone's stuck inside Alexandria. That's where I am in the show. Having a great time. Maybe I'll make a review on each season at some point, but I'm just having a great time with the show. We're getting close to it being sort of where I think it starts getting bad, although Negan's about to show up, but we also are about to lose a lot of people I like, so I don't know. And finally, to conclude my television show Blu-rays, we have Peacemaker Season 1, or the whole show, I guess. I don't know if they're gonna make a Season 2. I guess that's what Waller is. Breaking Bad Season 1, Breaking Bad Season 2, Breaking Bad Season 3, Breaking Bad Season 4, Breaking Bad Season 5, Part 1, or Season 5, depending on how you do it, and Breaking Bad Season 6 or 5, Part 2, if you do it that way. Better Call Saul Season 1 with a slipcover, how cool. Better Call Saul Season 2, Better Call Saul Season 3. For Seasons 2 and 3, I had to get the Canadian releases. That's why you see the French on it. But thankfully, nothing really big has changed. It's just the outside cover that's different. Better Call Saul Season 4, Better Call Saul Season 5, and the final season of Better Call Saul. I love those shows so much. Then we move on to Community, all 6 seasons of this wonderfully hilarious meta show. The Good Place, the complete series, all 4 seasons of this excellent sitcom. The show is amazing, it's revolutionary, it's incredible. But my favorite show of all time is Parks and Recreation, and I have all 7 seasons in the Blu-ray collection. I love this show so much. It just hits me to my core. I love every character on this show. Even Mark Brendanowitz. I know, how crazy is that? But like, I don't know, I like what I like. Deal with it. And that brings us to the end of my Blu-ray collection. That was a lot of filming and a lot of time to do that, but I hope you enjoyed it. We have a final tally. When you commented earlier how many movies you think I had, did you get it right? Let's see. So, I have 393 Blu-ray movies. 5 miscellaneous Blu-rays, that's documentaries or baseball games. 3 duplicate movies that I didn't count on the list of 393 movies. And then I have 43 seasons of TV shows from 8 different shows. Editing Garrett here. I made a bit of an oopsie while filming this video. I forgot to count The Dark Crystal and Labyrinth in my overall tally. So the actual number is 395 movies. Did you guess it correctly? I don't know. In my DVDs, I have 1 miscellaneous, 7 seasons of TV from 2 shows, 5 movies, 1 of which is a duplicate of a Blu-ray. And yeah, wow, I can't believe I did this. I'm so happy I did. It's just nice to have like a collected thing of all the ones that I have. Hopefully it was entertaining. Some other things to comment down below. How many movies do you have in your Blu-ray collection? What's your favorite movie that I have in my collection? And what movies are a must-have that I need to put in my collection? Let me know down below. Hopefully one day with this collection, I'd like to start a little like rental service with my friends. That could be fun, make some money on the side. That way they get the best viewing of these movies. That's what I want, is these movies to be watched and for people to enjoy them the way they should be, which is in a theater, but at home with a Blu-ray. And yeah, I'm a big nerd about that. Hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, please give it a like. If you want to see more of my videos, hit subscribe. I plan on doing this next year, every year at the end of July, until we crash and burn in an apocalyptic situation. Or I die, whichever comes first. And subscribe. Goodbye!